Hi, everybody. Welcome to an episode of In the School Parking Lot. My name is Paul Everts, and I'm your host. You can reach my email address, and I wish you would. It's BAND, the number 2 together, bandtogether at Comcast.net. Or go to our handsome website, which is Conducting My Life, and you'll see that I'm an author. Good book. Go to Amazon.com, pick it up. I think you'd enjoy it. Okay. Also, I'm a speaker, trainer, coach for the John Maxwell team. I present his wonderful material. Who's John Maxwell? You don't know him? He's a New York Times bestselling author. I'm able to do it 7th grade through senior citizens. I'd love to come out to you as an individual or your church, your school, private business, or I guess it's private sector. Okay, your business, and help you guys grow as people, because better people make better leaders, and we need that so badly. Okay, I'm recording this on the 3rd of July from our beautiful hot Roseville home. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. Okay, anyway, and I'm posting this on the 17th of August, which means that some of you, if not all of you, most of you are in school, okay? So this is now August 17th. Holy smokes. I know that our school would have been, I'm still teaching. Oh, yeah, but who are you? Okay, I started teaching music to high school students 1989 in beautiful California. Back then you could say God and everyone loved you. You could say I love you and everyone loved you. It was a different time in 1989. Well, I didn't make the shift, and by not making the shift, I got in trouble. Yeah, I know, I got in trouble for saying I love you. October the 6th, 2021, the HR department at the district I worked at said, Paul, you can't say I love you to your students anymore. That's just weird. You freak them out. You got gray hair. This is not good. Stop it. Union said nothing. Oh, okay, cool. I don't care about your First Amendment rights. Get off social media because you're an embarrassment to you, the principal, the district, the school. You're triggering kids. The families don't like you doing that. So get off social media. Union said nothing. So my wife supported me. We got out of the public education system in California. And it hurts. It hurts. It hurts as of July 3rd. I'm hoping that it hurts less as of August 17th. But we'll see. Excuse me. So what are you doing on this? Well, what I'm doing is I'm sharing stories about public education, private too, basically K through 12. So I share a story and then we work out of a book, and that's what we're doing. Okay, episode 24, August 17th, 2024. Title, What My Family Has Learned from Alternative Education Options in Virginia by Tyler. I'm going to turn my lights on here in elevator. Oh, that's nice. Okay, What My Family Has Learned from Alternative Education Options in Virginia by Tyler Turner. This article was written July 3rd, 2024. As my kids continue to grow, I need my glasses. Better. As my kids continue to grow, I find myself constantly amazed at all the great educational opportunities popping up everywhere in our town of Lynchburg, Virginia. Remember, I'm doing this from Roseville, California. I don't live in Lynchburg, Virginia. Okay. When my wife and I first decided we wanted to homeschool our kids, we worried about the time it would take, our ability as educators, and the well-roundedness of opportunities we could provide for our children. However, we have quickly realized we aren't alone in our search to provide our children with the perfect education. Perfect education, what is that? Okay, and there are plenty of resources to help. We're incredibly lucky to have the opportunity to create educational spaces for our children that are individualized to their unique needs and learning paths. The truth is, there's no one right way to educate children. Our exact path might not be right for your kids. That's why parents should be empowered to choose the education model that works best for their children's unique needs. School choice. Okay. The one-size-fits-all K-12 education just does not cut it for a lot of parents, especially in the post-pandemic world. We got the unique, albeit difficult for many, experience of seeing what our children's education was like from a new perspective. We watched how they learned, where they excelled, where they needed more help, and what excited them as learners. I know many other parents who felt their eyes were open to the education their children were getting and the educational opportunities they could take advantage of. It is no surprise that a study by Titan, T-Y-T-O-N, Titan Partners, found that nearly 50% of K-12 parents are open-minded to pursuing new and additional education programs for their kids. And 71% of registered voters support school choice. 71%. of voters support school choice, a 7% increase from the beginning of the pandemic. Now, I don't know if that's for Lynchburg, Virginia, that state of Virginia, nationwide. I don't know what that is. Okay. Thankfully, in Lynchburg, our community's local churches, alternate schooling programs, and homeschooling co-ops saw the interest in and demand for innovative and alternative approaches to learning. And they have effectively answered the call. Please read the rest of the article that is posted in the description of today. Okay, that's it. And now we move on to the book. And here's the book. And it is a tickler. Oh my goodness gracious. How can you read this? It says Crimes of the Educators. That's mean. It is mean. Okay, fine. So why do people hate teachers now, or are frustrated with teachers, or mad at teachers, or angry at teachers, whatever you want to use? Why don't you find out? This is one resource. And then understand and go, okay, well, that's not me, or that is me. Okay, I can see why they don't like me and why they're mad at me. Here's chapter 19. The unsettling phenomenon of teen suicide. So this is going to be serious. Martin Luther says the following: I'm afraid that schools will prove to be the gates of hell unless they diligently labor in explaining the Holy Scriptures, engraving them in the hearts of youth. I, Martin Luther, advise no one to place his child where the Scriptures do not reign paramount. On Wednesday, February 26, 2014, 15-year-old Jack Chen, a sophomore at Woodson High School in Fairfax, Virginia, walked to a nearby railroad tracks and stepped in front of an oncoming commuter train, ending his life. Jack, captain of his junior varsity football team, seemed to have everything to live for: a loving family, 4.3 grade point average, and a lot of friends. He had dreamed of becoming a computer science professor and having children, but at 15, according to the note he left behind, he, quote, couldn't keep doing this. He wrote, "There is too much stress in my life from school and the environment it creates, expectations for sports, expectations from friends, and expectations for my family." He ended with a simple goodbye. Jack's death was one of 6 apparent suicides at Woodson High School during the past 3 years, including another student found dead the next day. Baffled, frustrated parents have asked the Woodson administration for answers while wondering if the school's high-pressure, high-achieving culture might be a cause. Steve Steuben, whose son, a Woodson student, committed suicide in 2011, told a reporter, "I have no idea what causes this to occur with increased incidents." Now remember, this is 2011, way prior to the pandemic. Ivy Kilby's 15-year-old son, Cameron, killed himself on August the 4th, 2012, a month before he would have returned to Woodson as a sophomore. The suicides have been especially baffling because the teens who killed themselves did not exhibit behaviors indicating that they were at risk. They had good grades, came from stable, loving families, and generally excelled in sports. So what could be the cause? Did Woodson High's curriculum contribute in any way to the suicide of students? The authors say, we believe it did. Evolution teaches students that there is no God, no loving creator, and that the sole purpose of living is to satisfy one's physical and emotional needs. This secular humanist philosophy, among others, which dominates not just Woodson, but all public schools, produces unhappiness, produces depression, and a sense that a life without transcendent purpose is not worth living. Most parents are unaware that American high schools no longer adhere to a traditional philosophy of education. The traditional approach is based on a Judeo-Christian worldview that sees education as development of intellect and a personal morality based on the 10 Commandments. It sees the school as serving parents who entrust the schools to teach their children the basic academic skills that will serve them in any future career they may pursue. But all of that changed when progressive behaviorists created a new humanistic curriculum based on Professor Benjamin Bloom's Taxonomy of Education Objectives, published in 1956 and 1964. The 1956 edition deals primarily with the cognitive domain, which Bloom divided into 6 major classes: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. That domain includes such subjects as evolution, environmentalism, and climate change. This is 1956. The volume published in 1964 deals with the affective domain, those areas of the curriculum dealing with interests, attitudes, appreciations, values, and emotional sets and biases. That is where death education and suicide education fit in very nicely, as well as values, clarification, sensitivity training, Eastern religion, and transcendental meditation. In fact, the teachers at Woodson offered their stressed out students yoga exercises to relieve stress. As I like to do, I'll just go to the last paragraph of this chapter, which is very sensitive, so I'm not going to joke about it. There you go. Here, their 34th annual conference, which was held in Atlanta. Who's there? This would be the Association of Death Education and Counseling, ADEC. Their 34th annual conference, which was held in Atlanta in March 2012, featured many speakers who waxed eloquent on the subject. Here are a few topics. And again, I went over time. We're almost done. Here's some topics. I'll read all of them. Understanding the needs of grieving college students. Using guided imagery to heal traumatic grief reactions. Children and grief, theories, skill, and interventions for the grief counselor. You can read the titles of all their conference sessions on their website. Now that death education has become a permanent part of the public school curriculum, it has taken a backseat to APEC's overall promotion of thanatology, T-H-A-N-atology, which has become a respected subject of academic interest. Whenever there is a school shooting or a teen suicide, there is always a certified grief counselor ready and able to do his or her job. What can parents do? They've never been able to get rid of sex education, no matter how much they've tried, and they will never be able to get rid of death education. That is the simple, unvarnished truth. But they still have the power to remove their children from death-oriented public schools and put them in life-oriented private schools or educate them with love and care at home. Again, this is very sensitive, and I'm just sharing it with you. That's a rough chapter, no doubt. We have a Venmo account. If you'd like to help us, please put some money in the Venmo account. And again, that's a tough topic. Till next week, stay with me. Like this video, help the algorithm, subscribe, and share. It's really important you do that. Share, subscribe, and like the video. God bless you. Till next time. Love you.